Hi guys, honestly, am I too harsh on Kemi Badenoch? Perhaps it's because as leader of the Conservative Party, most of the time a Tory is on TV, it's her. But I am honestly trying to find something positive she has said. But every time she is interviewed, I end up slapping myself on the forehead. So the Conservative leader appeared on the Tory-friendly Laura Kuenssberg show, where she was asked about the Southport killer and if integration, something that Kemi Badenoch talks a lot about, was a factor in this case. Spoiler, it wasn't, or wasn't in the way that Badenoch wants people to believe. When asked a number of times, the Tory basically fell apart. Have a listen.
As you said, the killer was born in this country. His father's an African Christian. His mother's involved in the church. There are photographs of him in the newspaper this morning at the drama club that he used to go to. What's your evidence in this case that his crimes were anything to do with a lack of integration?
That, I believe, is certainly one of the elements. There will be many elements, but my evidence is my personal experience. I'm saying this as someone from a similar African Christian background, born in this country, that the effort we make to make people feel a part of the whole is very limited, and it shouldn't just be government, it should just be the whole of society. We allow many groups, and I've seen it even in my own personal circles, many groups just to develop their own insular, sort of segregated isolationist ways.
But I'll ask you again, because it's a very sensitive issue and it's important to be really clear. What is your evidence that that was part of the factors in this case? His family were involved in the local community. They were involved in their local church. What's your evidence that a lack of integration was part of the reason that he went on to commit these absolutely heinous crimes?
But Laura, this is part of the problem. I have seen what has come out of the court case. I have made an observation. I think that these are things that need to be looked at. But every single time a politician wants to talk about these issues, there's often a pushback. Well, what's the evidence? Well, we're not really sure. Should we use this sort of language? And the minute we start going down that track, I think we start to lose our way. I have seen a lot of evidence from things like the Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities, from a lot of the work that I did as a minister, that more needs to be done. And when
Oh my goodness. Like, Laura Kuenssberg is trying to help you. She's like asking you in a very polite way to answer the question, and you're not even listening to the question. The first question was, what is the evidence that you have that integration was an issue in this case? And you started talking about yourself. But you're not involved in this case. She asked about this case specifically, not in general, in this specific case. Where is the issue of integration? And you started talking about yourself. Then it was repeated to you. No, not about you, not in general, in this specific case. And then what did Kemi Badenoch do? She started criticizing politicians for asking for evidence. And then it was hinted at her again, no, not you. In this specific case, what is the evidence? And then what does she do? She starts talking about reports. Once again, missing the point. The point here is this specific case. Now, she hinted at something that is actually correct. It's important that people who, when they arrive in a new country, that they try to integrate. It's important that they adopt the values of that country. And I have said this before, but it's a two-way street. We as a society have to help people integrate. If we don't help people integrate, then they're going to become marginalized. And that will create a whole range of problems. I don't know if this is the case in this specific case of the Southport killer. We have to wait until we have more evidence. But it makes no sense for a politician, the leader of a Conservative Party, just to blame the immigrants here or the people coming from a different community, saying it's their fault, they have to integrate, but you have to do your side of it as well. You have to help people integrate. Support councils for providing language courses or cultural integration, bringing communities together so people can experience the other cultures in that society. It helps all of the integration to take place. And it's something positive. It's positive for the community that's taking the people in, and it's also positive for the new entries, the new arrivals. But Kemi Badenoch doesn't seem to be capable of actually listening to the question and responding in a coherent way. But once again, am I being too harsh on her? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.